We had a heat wave, so I moved her crab bed from the window because I thought she was going to be too hot. And now it's gone cold and she's absolutely raging about it. Hello, my friends. Thanks very much for tuning in. It's Friday, Feel Good Friday, and last Tuesday was my birthday. Obviously, I'm a Leo because it's July, so being a Leo, I like to take the whole week as my birthday. So this haul is going to include everything I've found and did and rescued from Monday to Friday today. I'm going to start with something I bought new, neither vintage nor rescued, on Monday. I bought it from a shop on eBay called Italian Buttons, and I just can't tell you how impressed and delighted and thrilled I am with the packaging. That is literally all that came in a reusable, recyclable small envelope. How brilliant! There's a close-up for you. There we are. They are called shank buttons because they have this part here that raises the button up from the fabric. And what I needed them for was a ball gown that I bought a couple of years ago from a charity shop. And it's an incredible 1980s or possibly early 90s red satin ball gown, possibly for a bridesmaid, but would be ideal for a gothic or steampunk bride, or just any person who wants to sweep through the streets at night, potentially through the mist, in a red satin ball gown. However, there was a one button missing. There it is over there. Just one button missing from the shoulder. And I searched the acres and acres of fabric underneath the skirts and there wasn't a spare. So I bought a whole set of new ones. These were hardly any money. New Italian buttons, fantastic packaging. I can't remember how much they were, but they were practically free. No, they weren't. They weren't free at all. That's not helping that person's business in the slightest bit. But they were very good value. I can't remember how much for their purpose. Oh, just get it stitched on and do the fashion show woman. Right, okay, here we go. So here we go. Tuesday was my birthday and I decided not to do any work whatsoever and not to worry about a single thing all day. First shop I walked into, one of the lovely women who works there said, "I've got something for you." She shouted it across the shop. It's a huge shop. And I just couldn't believe it. I was excited from the second I took my first breath inside Roy Castle. What? She's the most darling person. I love her to pieces. She'd saved this for me when it came in, and I bought it even though she wanted to pay for it out of her own money. I refused to let that happen. But she wanted to pay for it. How lovely and kind and generous is that? I can't believe it. Well, I can believe it because she's fabulous. And there we go. There's my crazy cat lady bag. Oh my God. What a way to start the day. So I tried to fill it as best I could. The first thing I found might not look much to you, but let me tell you, this was the best 50 pence I'd spent in a long time. Because inside, wait, it's really hard to open. I'll need two hands. Hang on. The time has finally arrived where this is a godsend. This, can you see? It's got a little wire on the end. This is a state of the art from the early, well, I remember them from the 70s. Needle threader. It's an automatic needle threader. You put this through the eye of the needle, then you put the thread through this big loop as opposed to the eye of the needle, and then you pull it out. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, your needle's threaded. So this was the only reason I bought this, and I don't see it as a defeat to old age. I see it as progress. Yes, progress and the completion of the great circle of charity shop life. I can finally sew on my buttons. Buttons, thread, threader, party. Cool. In the same shop I saw this necklace, and honestly, this is where I really wish I was a gemologist. I wish I knew what these stones were. I thought when I looked at them, they looked like jade, jade chips, or something that sort of is meant to resemble jade, but I didn't think it was actually jade. They feel beautiful. They are just like a really natural, cool touch. They sound gorgeous, and there's loads of them. But it was when I really looked closely that I realised it was very good quality, because those are double knotted. Can you see there? You've got 2 knots, and each stone is put on, obviously by hand, double knotted, then another one. And also, look at the clasp. This is stone, and it's smooth. It's so beautifully done that I thought maybe it was something nice, but I had no idea. Look how lovely they are. They're sort of like natural sea-washed gems. But honestly, I didn't know whether they were precious, semi-precious, or just, made by a machine. However, when I got home, I started Googling. I looked up jade chip necklace, and within about 3 or 4 clicks, I found someone called J. King, and a necklace that was almost identical, just different colours, but the same clasp. However, it had a sterling silver heart tag with the name J. King. But I believe this is a J. King. It's almost identical, but without the clasp. The quality is outstanding. And I think from what I can find on the internet is that they were a jewellery designer who sold a lot on the shopping channels. And the prices range from 80 to £200 for a new one with the tag. So, I'm not selling this. I'm going to keep everything from now on because I just hate selling things. So I'm going to keep it. And if I was to sell it, I would value it at £40 to £50. From the sublime to the ridiculous, in the shop next door, I found this belter. I would say this is possibly a few weeks old, maybe a few months old. It has been worn, but fantastic statement, bejeweled costume choker. Actually, because it goes all the way around, the back, I would call it a collar, and it would look absolutely fantastic with a strapless dress or a dress with a low back and low neck, so you could see the whole thing if your hair was up. Wicked. It's got a few small diamantes missing, but I'm prepared for that. I've got my glue and I've got my bags, so we can fix that. But honestly, it's absolutely fantastic. I would value this at £8, £8 to £10, and I paid £3.50 for this, £1.50 for this, and 50p for the needle threader. In that same shop, I bought this vintage gold tone Christmas bells brooch. No name, just a factory number stamp. And, well, Merry Christmas. This, I think, was £2. She's still bad. Anyway, further on down the same road but a new charity shop, I found this and didn't hesitate in buying it because I had no idea what it was. That's often the only reason I'll buy something. But it's got that fantastic vintage green, sort of verdigris colour, velvet hat, plume, what would you call that? And this is so 80s, that colour. Matching with that cerise pink plastic. Honestly, in the 80s, my life was this combination of colours. I love it. And it's on the bottom, let me turn that around. It says, now do beg my pardon for the pronunciation. Would you say that was Polones? Polones, Paris. And designed by Damon. Patent pending. Polones? Paris. So I googled it obviously when I got home, and it seems to be a vintage 1980s CD holder. You'd put the CDs in like that. However, obviously I've got no need to do that, but I do have a need for this. What? Come on. Talk about repurposing. That is perfect. This I bought yesterday at the flea market. It is a vintage brutalist ring, lovely and expandable for people like me with goalkeeper's hands, and silver tone metal. I also bought another Aurora Borealis brooch. Factory mark on the back, not stamped, but I just put that in there. I've jumped to the flea market. However, I got one last thing on my birthday day, Tuesday, in the charity shops from that same road, and it is a vintage Italian, I would definitely say 80s, Escada style belt. It's fantastic. At first, I thought it was 90s, but when I got home, I started to feel it and just, I got the vibe. I think it's probably very early 80s, to be honest. And then this morning, I was looking through my vintage magazines and I found this Harper's and Queen from October 81. And there she is in all her glory with her primary colour jewel encrusted necklace, which was all the rage. Clearly. Just a side note, he was making the front pages in 1981. There is one small issue with the belt, which is sort of a half issue, but I'll show you after I finish the haul. Next, I might have said that was the last thing, but this was the last thing from the charity shop street haul. Hello, baby. Oh my god, I am obsessed with boxes. I've always been obsessed with boxes, even as a child. I remember once when I was maybe about 12 years old, my friend Joanne gave me a present for Christmas on my birthday, and I opened it and it was an old cigar box that was obviously from her dad's cigars. And I was so excited and so happy. I thought that was the gift, and I was like, oh my god, thanks Joanne. And she was just, you idiot, that's just the box, open it, the present's inside. And to this day I remember that box and how much I loved it. Couldn't tell you what was inside it. So that is just my box story. Here we are. This was £3, and these do go for £30 and upwards, especially the vintage velvet ones in fantastic condition. This is in excellent condition. I wouldn't say fantastic condition because it's got a little boop. Can you see? It's got a little boop there. But what I can do is get it in focus. There we go. Boop. That's normal wear, which is acceptable to me and most people, but what I might do is just glue that closed so it doesn't get worse. There we are. It's a multi-earring jewellery box. You can get 4 sets of earrings in there, and it's got a mirror. So you can watch yourself play with your earrings. Gorgeous. Back to the flea markets. Did somebody say boxes? More boxes. This is new. I know this. It's in a fantastic antique sort of Chinese style, but it's brand new. And I paid £3 for it from a regular dealer who I'm quite chummy with. He's not one of my very close friend dealers, but I mean, I'm not very close friends with the dealers, although some of them would like me to be. No. I'm quite chummy with him. I've bought a few things and I'll probably buy more from him. But this is a new white sort of lacquer style jewellery box. Be already full inside, ready to be filled. I paid, £3 for it, but I would value this at exactly $16.99. And I can do that because there's the price ticket from TK Maxx. Thank you very much. However, what wasn't from TK Maxx was this. Oh my god. This is vintage. It's in immaculately clean condition. I mean, I saw it from about 200 yards. And to be honest, I could have spotted it with one eye closed and both arms behind my back. That's how beautiful it was, glowing on the table. So I sprinted over like a little whippet, like a little vintage whippet, and I grabbed it. £3, vintage clamshell jewelry box. These can go for a lot of money. Obviously, I'm not selling it because I'd rather starve and freeze to death than have this ripped out of my freezing old clammy hands. What I might do, and I don't know if it's sacrilege, is it vintage sacrilege? But inside, stop it, stop it. Oh my God. It says New Era. I can't find them on the internet. So I'm thinking it maybe wasn't particularly a big brand or a long-lasting brand. Uh, so would it be terrible to realign this? Maybe it would be terrible. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to leave it. But look, it's actually got an indent. I don't know if you can see for the light. Can you see? There we are. It's got an indent, which will be perfect for a round brooch. In particular, the round Givenchy vintage brooch that I sold a few years ago, which I will never, ever get over selling. I can't even, I don't even think about it. Let's stop talking about it. I'll find something else to replace to put in there. Fabulous. Hang on. Yes, snap. Sorry. Ears are back. Fix this brooch from last week. There we go. The issue with the belt is not that it has a couple of jewels missing from the center, because these are just plastic, very cheap and easy to replace. It is that it has two side medallions which are wicked, but you have to have the belt on a particular setting to have both medallions equal either distance, either side, if you know what I mean, rambling. So you have to really have a waist that is precisely this big. And it might be too big for me. It might be, but it's limiting due to its symmetry. I'm just saying. It could be that it's too big for me. Hello. Definitely. There she is. There's the missing button. And fabulous corset back. You would, wouldn't you? And now I've teamed it in a flash of inspiration with a vintage bolero jacket with black piping that I found in a charity shop a couple of weeks ago, and that was 99 pence. Seriously. And look at that. She's ready to kill. And probably will, if I've got anything to do with it. Short stories. Now it's absolutely perfect. I completely forgot. I also got these at the flea market yesterday. Lobster earrings. They're new, they've never been worn, but the pin was missing from this one on the loop. I am pretty certain it would have been in the box, but it was a big basket and it was all full of stuff. And there's like dodgy old geezers walking around the market all the time. Nothing to do with the traders, but I'm pretty sure one grubby old pervert sort of brushed past my arse. I couldn't prove it, so I couldn't launch at him. but he knew I knew. So I didn't want to stand there for any longer looking for that bit. So what I thought I could do is either replace the tops or turn that into a pendant and use that as a brooch. Fuck you, dirty old men. And another thing, the complete opposite of dirty old men. Oh, actually, no, that's not true. These are called king cherries. That's not the opposite of dirty old men, is it? Anyway, these cherries are fantastic, and I'm going to rename them. Yes? Interested? She loves a bit of fruit. I'm going to rename them begonia coconut cherries. The They are massive. Massive. They are massive. Look at the size of that. Look, begonia. Look. Look at that cherry. I know, it's huge. They're so heavy and chunky. Oh, I thought that was a you know what. It's not. It's okay. Look at that. Look. So anyway, I'm going to eat them now. Thanks very much for watching. Bags. Begonia. Oh, do you want your crab bed, darling? Okay, I'll give it. I'll put it back. I'll put it back. Yes. Yes. Oh, no. Did you enjoy your lunch? Oh, I love you. Literally, the second I turn the camera on, the generator starts up. Anyway, here's a little Yarden update. So, in the heat wave last week, everything did okay. I was so relieved and really lucky. I lost a few fuchsia flowers that had just come out of bud. They got nuked in the heat, but really everything else did surprisingly well. I'm so happy about that. They're so brave. But the best thing that's happening this week is the oregano is in flower here and here. And it's turned into an absolute bun fight for the bees. It's like an all-you-can-eat buffet that's free and never-ending. Oh, the noise. Hang on, I'll come back to you when the noise stops. Right then, it's gone quiet. It'll probably last about 2 minutes, so I'm going to quickly try and do the plant rescue haul while it's peaceful. Here we are. This was from today's little trip to Morrison's. Now, I wasn't exactly looking for plants, but I'm always looking for plants, if you know what I mean. So, it's late July, end of the season. There was very little left, But whenever I see the rescue plants, that you know, the ones that are reduced with the red stickers, it just kind of breaks my heart that something so beautiful is just kind of sat there, reduced and suffering, when it should be in a gorgeous yard and blooming and being beautiful. So I buy them, no matter what they are. Sometimes I don't even look to see what they are. So here we'll go through the box. There were 4 tree peonies and focus. One is pink. That's 40p. I mean, they look okay, but so did that, and it's never really come to much. The next one is another pink one, the same. Looks a little bit stronger, 40p. Oh, they were £4, which is incredible anyway to start with. And the next one is another rose. That's going to be another pink one, 40p. And this one in the middle, which I nearly didn't take because it looks like it's probably dead. But look, that bit. That bit. Last sign of life. And it's red, so I took it. That was also 40p. 4 of them. This one is a balloon flower. Looks like that. I think it was a 20p. The sticker's gone. And next is the and that was a 20p. They're like the papery round lantern flowers, and that one actually looks quite healthy. Garden Lena. And I mean, it's knackered, but it was 25p. So in she goes. Finally, from the Morrison's haul, 2 trays of begonias. Not this type. A non-stop salmon. And there's 4 in each tray, and they were 20p each for the tray. I mean, ridiculous bargain. Fantastic. So I'm going to tidy all of those up, and then I'm going to plant them up, and I'll show you at the end. And last Sunday I also went to Dobby's and got some rescues to show you. I bought some full price ones as well, but no one's interested in that. We're only interested in the rescue plants. So I got another pelargonium or geranium to add to my collection. This one is Crispum florella, and looks okay. Pale pink variegated flower, and it was a 179. It has no scent. I also got 5 trailing geraniums from Dobby's, which were all reduced. They were 29p each, and different colours. There's a cherry. Just a little bit left there. There's a dark pink. There's a soft pink, a red, and I think that's another cherry. And as you can see, they are very long and very skinny. That will be a lovely colour. So what I'm going to do is cut them all down. So I'll probably get 2 or 3, even possibly 4 shoots out of each plant, and then I'll let them grow on a little bit to get some roots going, and then by the time the petunias have died for the winter, these in the baskets, I'll put the geraniums in, and they'll probably just sit there in the winter and just hibernate. By the time, that's if we actually get a winter and it's not really mild because of climate change, but if it's mild they'll probably keep growing. So yeah, so by the time the petunias have died, they're annuals, it'll be time for the geraniums to go in the baskets, and then everyone will be happy. What I'm going to do is give everybody a snip and a prune and a wash and brush up and a blow dry, and I'll show you what everyone looks like in the recap. It's raining a bit, so I'm not going to stay up for long. I'm just going to briefly say something really terrible happened to my oak tree and I fixed it, so everyone relax. I'll tell you the story in another video, but it's too painful to talk about at the moment. But everything's good, everything's fine. And what I did was I planted a ring of those begonias that I got yesterday as a rescues around the oak tree, and they are going to grow and protect it from evil forces. Yeah. Yeah. Want a cherry? Yeah. Don't worry, she doesn't really eat cherries. I'm going to eat them. What else did I do? Yep. Oh, there's the geraniums all planted up. There. Those are the trailing ones. There's that garden, I think. Still not looking too happy, but I might get another flush of blooms from it. The tree peonies are lined up, ready for action. I need to prepare some proper pots for those. I've just done some reading about them, and they do like the crowns of the plants to be 2 inches above the surface, so I'm going to have to do some radical pruning. When I say radical pruning, I mean get rid of this. There are 2 raspberries in there, one golden and one red, and they do give fruit, but honestly, it's too tragic to look at. It depresses me a bit. They don't like being in the container. It's a massive pot. It's a prime location. Space is money in this garden, so I'm going to try and rehome this into someone who has a garden, actual garden, as opposed to a garden, because they don't like being in the pots. So when I get rid of this spiky little beast, I'm going to put probably 3 of the peonies, the tree peonies, in here, and hopefully that will look fantastic. Added the geranium to the other 2 that I rescued a couple of weeks ago. There it is in there. Yeah! Balloon flower, I just watered it, I just left it in that pot. And there's the other papery thing, orange thing. I did repot that into a bigger pot. So we're looking good. Everything is happy, including me and begonia. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be back next Friday with another feel-good, stress-free little bit of lifestyle for you. So if you enjoyed watching, please subscribe. That would be fantastic. And oh, even better, oh look, they're still piling in here. They love this oregano. I'd love to taste the honey that this makes. Yeah, give me a little thumbs up, give me a like, and that will bump the algorithms. So take care and have a lovely week, and I'll see you again next Friday. Bye bye. So unbelievably massive. You coming up? Come on. Come up. Max. Come up. Come on. Jump. Jump. No. Thinking. Are you thinking? Come on. Yay! Yeah. Mhm. I just came back into the living room and got the fright of my life. I forgot she was there. My God, my heart. My knees got underneath. Oh, hello, love. You all right? Make yourself at home. And I put Peconia Coconut's crab bed back. There it is. Oh, and I've got a ginger biscuit. Oh my God. Thanks, everyone. See you again soon.